It's been one of the major criticisms of Ontario's online cannabis store that it often takes too long for your order to actually show up. But it appears that is about to change. Richard Southern joins us now. Good to see you in the flesh. To
I'm
be
so
together
glad you're
at the
back
desk.
and healthy, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
So
Glad
awesome.
to be
So
back.
awesome.
So let's talk pot. The province gotten lots of complaints about the speed of delivery, and now they're trying to speed up that process.
Yeah, this is interesting. So, right now, the only way to legally buy the drug in Ontario is on that online store, ocs.ca. But your package can take 3 days or more to arrive. So now the Ontario Cannabis Retail Corporation, they say they're looking to find a courier, Ginella, that will make same-day pot deliveries. So the goal is to have it up and running by March. The OCS wouldn't tell me when I asked how much it would cost. Right now, it's a $5 flat rate for delivery. One would imagine it would be significantly more if it's same day. This could be a big get, though, because, in April when the retail stores open, there's only going to be 5 in Toronto, so there's probably going to be big lines. You'd think people would take advantage of that same-day delivery. So, interesting move by the OCS.
No one wants to wait for their weed.
It's one of those things where you want beer. You don't want it 3 days from
That's
now,
right? You want it now.
Yeah.
So you mentioned beer, actually, and the question is being raised is, do people mix weed, with their other forms of entertainment? Super Bowl Sunday coming up, and one poll wants to find out whether Canadians mix pot with football.
Thought this was pretty interesting. It looks like the answer is yes, Ginella. Super Sunday just a week away, and this new poll finds that a significant number of people will be having a toke with their Super Bowl. 61.6% plan to drink alcohol while watching the Super Bowl. We know that. But 16.4% will use cannabis during the big game. 19.8% of men will watch the Super Bowl stoned. 12% of women plan to do that. Looking at the provinces, Nova Scotia, Ginella, 45% will enjoy a toke with the big game. 27% in British Columbia. Here in Ontario, about 14%. 0 in Manitoba. They're being real good. I'm just going to order up some chicken wings, I think, myself.
The question is, how does that pot interact with the halftime game? The halftime show, rather.
Yeah, you might be enjoying the halftime show more, maybe eating more chicken wings.
Doesn't matter if the show's good or not, but they'll be enjoying it. Okay, let's switch gears.
It's Maroon 5, by the way. You might need some extra pot if it's Maroon 5. Anyways,
depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
One car manufacturer is going back to the future. Tell us about that.
Delorean. The Delorean? So, there was an inventor back in 1982. He came out with this car, stainless steel chassis. It had those doors that open upwards. They only made about 9,000. Probably would have been a footnote in history, Ginella, if not for Back to the Future. It played a key role in that movie. So for 30 years, collectors have tried to keep a few of them up and running. Now, a Texas-based entrepreneur is going to ramp up production. He's going to make new DeLoreans. He's acquired the inventory, the parts, the schematics. The new DeLoreans will feature modern 300 to 400 horsepower engines. They won't be cheap. $100,000 US is where they will start, Ginella.
Well, I think I'm going to get myself one.
Oh, no. Look at you.
Yeah, no, they don't pay me that much.
Two.
Okay, so some things are priceless, but one survey is trying to put a price on motherhood.
Yeah, so there was salary.com, that big site. They looked at what should a stay-at-home mother make, and they said should be $162,500 a year. The researchers found that moms who stay at home, they take on a bunch of hybrid roles, including education executive, we know that, housekeeper, interior designer, tax accountant, nurse, all those jobs that moms do, Ginella, and they say it's worth a 6-figure salary. I couldn't agree more. By the way, I got a new mom in my family.
Oh, speaking of moms.
My sister Maura just gave birth to Hannah, and there's Maura and Hannah.
Congratulations.
So I'm an uncle for the first time, Ginella. So there's Maura, and I want to show Matt, the great dad. There's Matt and little Hannah. Isn't she cute?
Oh, so precious.
So, they say the weird, strange uncle? I have the weird, strange part down just pat. I'm still working on the uncle business.
You're working on it. You're working on it. All right. Congratulations to new mom and dad and to the new uncle. And thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks,
Good to be
Ginella.
here.